Come on. Come on.
There
Yeah.
you go. Yeah.
Come on.
Relax.
Good. Come on. Ah!
Oh,
Dude, he's been
man.
working on for 4 days.
I know.
He's gotten there now 6 times. Like, come
You're
on.
tired though, huh? Getting at that point.
What's up, you guys? This is Oswaldo from Rockentry, and today we're going to talk about Bubble Butt. This is the name of this climb, and it is a V7, a very difficult climb for me, and I can't wait to share with you guys beta. I'm going to break this down into detail, share with you guys where I struggled and what I did in order to send it. Okay, this is where the climb starts, down here below, and then you use the arete to work your way up. There's a lot of compression, a lot of toe hooks and heel hooks, and we're gonna go over all of those. Now, as you can see, this is one of those climbs that requires a lot of technique and strength combined. If you're missing one or the other, it becomes really difficult, and you're gonna get a really clear idea when I break this down for you guys. Let's do this. Now, as you can see from the start, I struggled so much on this climb, and it was just this toe hook. I just could not believe it. Why was I struggling? And I had a feeling I was doing this right. I was engaging my left toe hook. I kept my leg straight, but for some reason, when I would throw to the arete, it would just come off. And this is what I did differently, you guys. Now let's compare these two so I can break this down for you guys. On the left side, as soon as I would go to the arete with my left hand, my toe hook would come off. And this is the reason why. Yes, I did engage my toe hook, it was fine, my leg was straight, but one of the things that I was doing wrong is when I was reaching over to the arete, I was bringing my body with me. So as you can tell with my hips, I was bringing my hips in as I was reaching to the arete. So what happens there is, it doesn't matter how much I'm engaging my toe, because if I bring my weight over to this direction, this toe hook comes off. And that's what happens. But for some reason, I could not read it. Now on the right side, since I noticed that, notice what I do here. I'm in a good position here. When I go for the arete, notice my body position stays the same. The only thing that I'm moving is my upper body. My upper body is moving towards the arete. And this is the thing, what I'm doing is I'm actually using my center of gravity to keep that toe hook in place. I'm using this weight here. If I shift my weight over, like I did here on the left side, my toe hook comes off. Now another thing that does help is going for the lower part of the arete, as you can see here. Now I can also do it if I throw for the higher up, but I notice that I get a better hold if I start low and work my way up. Now let's look at this toe hook again, because I want to share with you guys everything that I'm doing just to achieve this one move. Now let's look at it from this angle. As you can see, I keep my right arm straight in a resting position, but I'm actually using it as a compression. So I'm compressing here with my left toe hook and my right arm. Now another thing that I'm doing as well is engaging my right foot. I am pressing on my right foot as well. I'm engaging it. At this point, since I have these 3 points engaged, I can release my left hand and reach over to the arete. Now, as I mentioned before, I'm only moving my upper body. I'm swinging over with my upper body, keeping my hips over to this direction out here. If I bring my hips over, this toe hook will come off. Now this is what's great. Once I got the hang of this, I was able to do this move multiple times. I had no issue. Now once I'm in this position, I switch my toe hook into a heel hook and I pull in. Now as I mentioned, this climb requires a lot of compression, and that's what I'm doing here. I'm engaging my right hand heel hook and I'm adding pressure on my right foot as well. Now what I'm about to do next, it was something that I was just starting out here, and it seemed pretty difficult at first. And it's bringing my right foot over to the arete to a toe hook so I can bump up my left heel hook. But at this point, I was struggling a lot. Now this was another issue, and it was just figuring out where to place that heel hook. And here I'm getting help from my friend Josh, and it was just tricky trying to figure out that heel hook. Now once I got the hang of that left heel hook, finding that sweet spot, then I ran into the next crux move, well for me, and it was getting to this slot hold here. And I call it a slot hold because it was a deep hold, so if you hit it too high up, you'll miss it, too low, you'll miss it. You just have to hit it just right. So this is what I gotta do in this case. Before I throw to this hold, I have to press in on my heel hook and press against the rock with my right foot and just throw for that slot hold. But I have to be precise. So what I'm doing before the throw, I stare at it. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm looking at it and then I just time it. And once I hit it, I just pull in. Now this is really exciting, you guys, because I was so happy I was able to get to this point. It was really difficult for me, and at this point I was able to get to that slot every time, and now I had issues going from there and on. As you can see here, I get to the same position, but I get lost here. Because again, this is one of those problems that it uses a lot of technique and strength. So you gotta memorize the moves and you have to keep engaged at all times.
Come on, Ozzy. Come on.
Try hard. You got this.
Okay, now at this point, what I did on the next couple of days is just work this top section of the boulder here. And my goal at this point was just to figure out the top portion. What is it that I have to do? Because I noticed other people's beta, but I just could not do it. I couldn't just throw all the way to the top. So I had to figure out a different beta for me. Now notice here what I'm doing, I'm just testing out the moves. I'm just trying to figure out what position I want to be in and how am I going to work my way up. That's all I'm doing at this point, just working the top section.
Cool. Alright, I'm gonna use that beta.
Now at this point, I figured it out. I got a clear idea of how to get to the top. Now I knew it was gonna take me a couple more moves, but it was something that I just had to do. It worked for me, it just felt right. So that's exactly what I did. If you found this useful or helpful in any way, please do hit that like button. It lets me know you're enjoying the content and you find this useful. Also, if you haven't yet, please do hit that subscribe button and bell notification so you can get more climbing tip videos just like this.
Oh my god.
Yes, dude. Thank you.
Love you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.